Papiesfontein Horse Riding here in Jeffreys Bay in the Eastern Cape. We are still celebrating the summer launch that was done yesterday by the CEO of ECPTA, Mr. Vuyani Daimani, was just telling us that what people from the Eastern Cape can look forward to doing, and even if you are visiting, and they are also just emphasizing on people exploring their backyards, and we are just already geared up to get ready for horse riding that we'll be doing by the beach for the next 2 hours. But also there is someone who's actually going to be telling us more about what's really going to be taking place and the processes in terms of, do you have to check your weight whenever you have to do horse riding, or number of group that can actually accommodate. So we do have Cassandra, who is the manager at Papiesfontein Horse Riding, who is going to be telling us more. Cassandra, good morning to you, and thank you very much for taking time to speaking to us. First things first, it's going to be my first time on a horse.
Okay.
And I want you just to explain how the experience for one would be like.
All right, so if you're a beginner rider, we're going to put you on a very easy, calm horse so that you can steer and stop them easily, feeling comfortable riding the horse, because most of the time they just follow each other, so you can literally just sit and relax, enjoy the views, but we will go over the basics just to show you how to stop and how to steer. But because they do this every day, they are quite in a routine.
And in terms of accommodating a certain number of people, do you have a certain number that you take per day when it comes to horse riding? And also how long the distance is from where we are currently now, which is the Papiesfontein Horse Riding, to the beach and back?
Okay, so our trail is more or less 12-13 kilometers. So it varies because we go through the sand dunes, and the weather changes the sand dunes every second to third day. So we work on a more or less 13 kilometers. It takes 2 to 2.5 hours, more or less. We can't really go according to time. Each group is different. Each rider is different. Some people like to go fast on the beach. Some people would like to take it slow, like maybe first-time riders. They don't know how to go fast. So then we just walk and relax and enjoy the scenery. But yeah, otherwise the horses for a beginner rider is nice and calm and relaxed. And then the trail is in 2 parts. So the first half will be through the bushes, walking, trotting, nice and relaxed, and the second half will be the beach.
Also, lastly, in terms of when you look at the weight limit, and that's one thing that a lot of people are concerned about. How does it go about? There's a certain weight that you need to be at for you to ride a horse?
So our weight limit is 110 kg.
Okay.
So a horse can take more or less 20% of their own body weight, carry or pull, but on a straight. So because we go up and down through the sand dunes and our trail is quite adventurous, we keep our horse's health in mind, and we want the person to be comfortable on the ride as well and feel safe. You don't want the person to feel unstable or unsafe while they're riding or going up a sand dune. You want to keep that in mind as well, not just for the person but for the horse as well, because our horse's health comes first, because they are the ones doing the work and giving the people a good time. So I need to take care of them first. But it's mostly because we go up steep sand dunes. You guys will see that when we get there. But yeah, we also have an age limit, 10 years and older, because we want a person or a child to be able to control their own horse, stop and steer. That's also why we have different levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced riders, so that we can cater best for the person that's coming to ride and give them the best experience. So they are allowed to run if they can, but if they can't, they don't have to. So we give them a nice easy horse, and the maximum people that we can take at the moment is 12 people, so that we can also accommodate everybody the best we can and keep an eye on everybody to make sure that they are enjoying a good time. Because sometimes we have a group with beginner people and intermediate people. So then we have a guide for the people to go with the beginner riders, and we have a guide to go with the medium advanced riders. So people that can ride don't feel they're stuck in a walk or have to go slow if they would like a nice exciting time, and people that don't have to feel forced to run if they can't or haven't done it before. So we try to cater for everybody the best we can in mixed group situations. So then I just put more guides out on the ride so that they can accommodate all the levels of riders.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was Cassandra. She is the manager at Papiesfontein Horse Riding, and she's just briefly telling us about, how many people can actually, how many groups of people she can take. It's 12 to 13, and also the age limit is from 10 years old. And she was also talking about how the weight limit is also one of the biggest major things that to look out for whenever you are coming to Papiesfontein for horse riding. And I'm about to go for a 2-hour horse riding, and I've already found my horse, and I think she goes by the name of Trixie, and I hope she won't have any tricks for me today. And back to you in studio.